WXCO 98.9, Wausau's real news and great conversation. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
For WXCO News, I'm Isabella Nieto. Right now, about 1 million Wisconsin kids are on winter break. The holidays are supposed to be a jolly time, but when young people are already in crisis across the state, they can be especially vulnerable. Savannah Tomei Olson has more.
The latest data shows more than half of kids surveyed say they're dealing with anxiety, and a third have recently felt hopeless. In last year's Youth Risk Behavior Survey, 3 in 10 Wisconsin students reported they've experienced some sort of mental health challenge in the last year, and about 1 in 5 had considered suicide. Psychologist Megan Kanya says these symptoms don't always look like sadness. Sometimes they look like conflict.
All of a sudden, they go from being a really easygoing kid to all of a sudden they are arguing, they're talking back, they're refusing to do schoolwork. There may be a lot of school avoidance or refusal. They may have stopped doing chores. They may be having trouble getting out of bed.
The Wisconsin Office of Children's Mental Health began its work more than 10 years ago, and in that time, they've seen a 42% increase in depression among young people. Mental health professionals say disruption in routine, like over the holidays when there's no school, can exacerbate struggles. Providers often see seasonal spikes in anxiety and depression between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Kenya says how parents talk to kids and young adults about mental health issues really matters.
Our goal in treatment and even our goal in assessing it is never to call anxiety bad or negative. Anxiety is meant to keep us safe. There are still things that within our anxiety system or within that warning system that are effective and help motivate us.
She encourages families to help kids build what she calls distress tolerance, learning to stay grounded when emotions run high. And for anyone struggling, help is available 24/7 through the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988.
When you do your taxes this year, you no longer have access to a free option. Savannah Tomei Olson has more.
The Trump administration has axed Direct File, the free way to file your federal taxes. The program was created under the Inflation Reduction Act. The idea was to file directly with the IRS so you can skip tax services and you get exactly the refund and credits the government says you're owed. It only launched in Wisconsin for the first time last year, but it was estimated to have saved Wisconsinites nearly $142 million in filing fees. Adam Rubin from the Economic Security Project says the program had the potential to put billions back into families' pockets.
It could save existing tax filers $8 billion in filing fees, an additional $3 billion in time saved, and it could help people who are missing out on tax credits claim an additional $12 billion more.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the current administration ended the program because it was expensive and they felt private companies could do the job better. Rubin notes private companies often promote free filing, but federal investigations show fewer than 3% of eligible taxpayers actually complete their returns without being upsold and having to pay. And many families are already stretched thin these days. He says losing Direct File leaves low-income filers with limited options. Supporters say canceling Direct File also means higher costs for the federal government, which had been saving millions by shifting taxpayers from paper returns to electronic filing, lowering audit rates, and shrinking the number of calls coming into the IRS.
Direct File was projected to achieve savings of $300 million across the IRS.
When tax season begins, experts say start working on them early because last year's federal budget bill can significantly impact your taxes in 2026.
Wisconsin business owners are reimagining what vending machines can offer. Instead of snacks and drinks, their machines dispense locally made art and handcrafted goods. Savannah Tomei Olson has more.
Madison-based Joy Vending Co. sells things like watercolor paintings of local landmarks, clay earrings shaped like Cheez-Its, and kids' craft kits. All of it comes from local artists and makers. Co-owner Sarah Van Dyke says their mission is to bring joy into the everyday.
I think life can tend to be a bit of a slog sometimes. So I just love the idea of something that kind of jolts you out of that routine. It kind of just ignites your curiosity or your sense of playfulness. It gives you something that you want to kind of nudge the person next to you and be like, wait a minute, look at that.
They're also reviving old-school temporary tattoo dispensers that so many kids who grew up in the 80s and 90s were used to. These small machines rotate through local breweries, boutiques, and events with themed art tailored to each location. The vending machines just finished up residency at Lucille in downtown Madison and Poppy in Middleton. Van Dyke says highlighting Madison's vibrant creative community is one of the best parts of the job. And there are similar machines south of the border of us, too. Steph Krim owns Good Things Vending in Chicago. Her vending machines are each hand-painted by local muralists and then stocked with nostalgic pieces created by artists. Everything is $20 or less.
Art is fundamental to being a person. Art spaces that are accessible is something that we always need more of. People can do this thing that is so natural and be together in it and creative and explorative. That's just my favorite part of being a person.
She wants to see more people buy these small vending machines and do something similar in their area, adding that they promote local artists and promote small businesses and make people feel a little more connected to the community around them. I'm Savannah Tomei-Olson. Happy New Year from Civic Media News.
The Bucks lose at the buzzer. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports NBA. It was the Bucks and the Wizards battling in the final minute. Then with just 1 second left, Washington's C.J. McCollum with a jump shot for the win. The Bucks losing at home 114-113 to the Wizards on New Year's Eve. Doc Rivers not happy.
We deserved to lose the game. We didn't play hard enough. We didn't play well enough together. We had a lead. We had every shot we wanted at the end of the game. Our execution was flawless, even the last play. But the basketball gods sometimes don't allow you to win when you don't play right. And so when you play like that, you lose the game.
NFL, another bold move by the Packers. They have signed defensive back Trevon Diggs after he was released by the Dallas Cowboys for poor conduct. Diggs receiving praise from his former teammate Micah Parsons, recovering from ACL surgery in L.A. Monday. Nate Hobbs and safety Zane Anderson now on season-ending IR. With Sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
It is going to be mostly cloudy with a little light snow today. Fortunately, it won't be that windy. Our high right around 9 above this afternoon. Tonight, mostly cloudy. We're going to drop to around or a little either side of 0. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high right around 15. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Wausau News Roundup from WXCO. Find more news anytime at WXCO.FM. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.